back in 1971, as a young kid, actually lived through a war.
It was almost as if I was being prepared for a life that would come, in which I would face so many challenges.
So a country split into two parts, 1,000 miles away.
1,000 miles away. I was in a military institution. So I found myself completely isolated from the rest of my family. I knew that my father had been killed.
So every day, every minute, you were thinking that someone is coming after you. And for how many days did you keep doing
And
that?
I did that for almost a month.
When you were in that culvert and when you had to actually run for your life, hiding from one place to another place, did you actually pray for any help?
I just hoped that somebody would find me and take me back to my father, take me back to my mother.
Dr. Shaukhat, welcome to the second episode of Forged in Fire series.
Thank you for inviting me again. It's always good to be back meeting you and your team.
It is an honor to have you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, just before we talk about today's topic, every time I sit with you and meet you, I feel like the room is filled with energy. So I want to ask you, where do you derive your energy from?
God, I wish that my wife was here to hear you say that. Where do I get my energy from? You know, Shoaib, every single day that I get up, I thank the Creator for keeping me alive, because every single day I look forward to meeting good, interesting people.
MashaAllah, what a beautiful act.
And that is what keeps me young, that keeps me vibrant, that keeps me energetic.
Amazing.
Because I don't look forward to a days of work. Because I
Yeah.
don't consider my life of work.
Work, okay.
It's an absolute pleasure to be going out, meeting good quality people who enrich my life in every which way. So there is no greater reason to be energetic about.
Correct, yeah.
This is wonderful.
That's the normal.
That's
That's
absolutely
very normal for you.
I look forward to waking up.
MashaAllah. Yeah.
I look forward to getting out of the house, going out and meeting people. And I do that every day. So it just keeps me very, very happy, and it shows.
MashaAllah, beautiful message. So the first thing is gratitude, and then loving and liking what you do.
Thank you, sir.
So it doesn't feel like a job.
It doesn't feel like a job at all. It is not a job. For me, it is not a job. It is a way of life, and I'm loving every minute that I'm enjoying.
What a beautiful message, sir. I think
Thank you.
that's a message you've given right at the start itself.
Thank you.
A very beautiful
Thank
message. So let's now go towards our story for the day. Just before the podcast, as I was going through the brief about the story that we will be talking about, so I recall two recent incidents. Of course, I live in Qatar, so where Qatar was actually attacked. First by Iran and followed by Israel as well. So I've been fortunate enough to only see wars behind the screen, except for these two incidents. But you, back in 1971, as a young kid, actually lived through a war and experienced it. So I would like you to share with our viewers and myself, what exactly happened and what did you have to experience back then?
All right. Thank you for the question. The first thing is, and I say this in all earnestness, I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't wish a 10-year-old boy or 11 or 12-year-old boy running around completely lost, trying to save his life.
Correct. Absolutely.
I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
It's something that we can't even imagine.
I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
Exactly.
And every single day, I think about it. It's not gone out of my memory. Every single day, I am moved by it. Yes, I have over the number of years of my life, I have learned to control my emotions. It's like you say that you have butterflies in your stomach, but you have trained the butterflies to fly in formation instead of flying wild.
Correct. Yes.
So I've learned to do that, but I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemies. That the kind of feeling, the kind of fear that you experience at that little age.
Yeah.
So having said that, yes, it can be traumatic, it can be devastating, Uh, but I learned, even at that age, I learned that while it terrified me, it was making me stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It was making me, it was almost as if I was being prepared for a life that would come in which I would face so many challenges.
So
And
you see it as a training
it was
session.
in the army we would call it battle inoculation.
Mm-hmm.
So it was for me a type of battle inoculation, which at that age you wouldn't understand. I wouldn't understand. But as I grew older and things started getting worse in a different way, I realized that what I had experienced had made me stronger.
Okay.
And once I had that mindset, facing it became easier.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't easy, but it became easier than it would have otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. That's very interesting. So what exactly happened? I mean, if you could just walk us through
Okay.
the story.
Very briefly,
Mm-hmm.
I was in Pakistan, which is a huge country, a really great country. Pakistan had two wings,
Okay.
the East Wing and the West Wing. The East Wing were the distance between East and West Wing was 1,000 miles of territory of another country.
Wow. So
Okay.
a country split into two parts,
Into two parts.
1,000 miles away.
1,000 miles away. And this was a very unique gift of God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay? It was
Many
very-
people don't know this
but
actually,
they-
that East and West
yeah,
Pakistan
the
were
two
like,
separate.
yeah.
Now, culturally, there were a lot of differences.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that was common was the religion.
Okay.
Right? But culturally, a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
were kosher here and not kosher here,
Mhm.
and kosher here and not kosher on the
Mhm.
other side. So basically, there were differences.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, differences kept on magnifying. Now, I'm not deliberately going into politics. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm deliberately not going into politics. That's not my area, and I wouldn't understand two bits
Yeah.
about it. In any case, I was a very young kid,
Mm-hmm.
so to comment on politics would
Mhm.
not be fair.
Mm-hmm.
But differences were there, and as a young kid, I could see the differences.
Mm-hmm.
And if you recall from our first podcast, I mentioned that I was in a military institution, a cadet college,
Mm.
the first cadet college in our country. And you could even feel it there,
Mm-hmm.
even though
Okay.
all the kids were together,
Mm-hmm.
but you could feel that the non-Bengali kids preferred to eat chapati,
Okay.
a leavened bread,
Mm-hmm.
and the Bengali kids preferred to eat rice.
Yeah.
So you could feel the differences
Mm-hmm.
were even there.
Okay. Even at that
Even
level
at
as well.
at that place where everybody were kids and living
Mhm.
together, and they were really, the kids weren't mature enough to understand
Correct.
politics.
Mm.
The differences magnified so much and handled by not so wise leaders, it flared up into a civil war.
Hmm.
The civil war became ugly,
Okay.
as civil wars tend
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
And therefore, one side went after the other side.
Hmm.
There were skirmishes. Skirmishes led to bloodshed, and bloodshed led to more bloodshed.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, a war started with the country that had the 1,000 miles
Okay.
incursion
Mhm.
between the two.
Okay.
So a war started.
Hmm. And that was a civil war.
That this became a full-fledged war between two countries now.
Oh, okay.
And this country, which had 1,000 miles of incursion
Mhm.
between the two wings of Pakistan,
Mm-hmm.
favored the secessionist movement in East Pakistan.
Okay.
That's where it all boiled
Mhm.
down. That's
Mhm.
what it boiled down to. My family and I were one of the victims of the civil war
Mm-hmm.
and then the war,
Okay. That's
Right.
very
in which
unfortunate.
there were no rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when there is
Okay.
complete anarchy,
It
chaos,
was
of course,
there were no rules,
no law, nothing.
nothing. So I found myself one day completely isolated from the rest of my family.
Okay.
Okay, and I knew that my father had been killed
Mm-hmm.
by the rebel soldiers
Mm-hmm.
who had stormed the
Sorry
place
to hear
where
that.
we lived,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of male members who were non-Bengalis were killed in that area, and that area was called Chittagong Hill Tracts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was one of two above the age of 10 who survived.
Okay.
All male members were systematically butchered and thrown into the river.
One of two in the
One of two
entire
in an area the size of Qatar.
Really?
In an area the size of Qatar. One of two who survived, male, and
Shocking.
the bodies were thrown into the river.
Inna Allahi wa
And-
inna raji'un.
Ladies, women were picked up, they were raped, they were killed. So, as a little child, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to cut a long
So
story,
much to live through as a young
It-
kid to
it-
see so much killing and bloodshed.
at that age, now I found myself separated from the rest of my family, which were my mother and my sisters and my brother,
In all this anarchy.
and in all this anarchy. And so I survived by doing what other survivors were doing, other people were doing. I could see anarchy on both sides. I could see killing on both sides. But I don't know who's going to kill me.
Yeah.
So I had to hide. First in the jungle, in the Chittagong Hill Tracts.
So every day, every minute,
Okay.
you were thinking that someone is coming after you.
Somebody's coming after me. First amongst the tribal people of the Hill Tracts, who were trying to keep themselves out of this skirmish. They were the tribal people.
Yeah.
They didn't want to be part of this fight between East and West Pakistan. And they considered themselves a separate race altogether.
Okay.
They were the people who had for centuries lived in the hill tracts, Mongoloid features, more akin to Burma and other Far Eastern
Okay.
nations than this side of the country. I took to hiding during the day and coming out at night to eat
Okay.
whatever I could get because there was nothing.
And for how many days did you keep doing
And I
that?
did that for almost a month. Almost a month. Okay. The whole period that I was separated was about 3 months. But for about a month, I was all alone. So every day, a little kid like me would hide somewhere, find somewhere to hide and not get out. I was reduced to bones. Okay. The skin was the only thing left.
Malnutrition.
All right. Eyes had started popping out.
My God.
You could literally dead man walking, a skeleton walking. So the entire day I would hide.
Okay.
At night I would come out and try to find food, and things were rotting on the streets, rotting on the countryside, and occasionally you would see a swarm of dogs, a bunch of dogs gnawing at dead bodies. And this is all along the road from Chittagong Hill Tracts, from a place called Kaptai and Karnafuli, right up to Chittagong. All right? Because the Pakistan Army had not established its control yet. And this is shortly after 25th of March, 1971.
Yeah.
When the whole country flared up, whole East Pakistan flared up. There was a culvert. A culvert is a system that engineers create for water to go under a road. So it's basically a tunnel under a road, held up by pipes, sometimes by concrete, and the stagnant water. The water flows, and sometimes there is stagnant water in the culvert when the flow isn't strong enough. And it stretches on narrow roads, all right, underneath narrow roads. So there was a culvert, and there were several culverts, but there was one particular culvert that I saw that there would be a dog, there would be a dead body,
Okay.
there would be bad smell, but nobody would go there.
Mm-hmm.
So I took to hiding under that culvert.
Okay.
And I would come out at night, and if I could find something to eat, I would eat. Otherwise, I would, at the sound, any sound anywhere, I would go back into
Okay.
under the
So
culvert.
that was a place where you were hiding
That was a
safely
place where I was
for
hiding.
1 month.
For almost a month, but not the same culvert. It would
Okay.
be another place, another culvert. It would be
Any place you would
a
find.
house that had been blown up, and now there was nothing.
Yeah.
It could be a go down. It could be a warehouse.
Any place that was
Any
abandoned.
place. On this particular night, I was under a culvert, and I wouldn't move very far away because I didn't know. And though I could speak Bengali a little, but my Bengali and my facial features, my structure would
Yeah.
give me away as a non-Bengali anyway. And the color of my skin, slightly lighter than the average Bengali, would give me away. So, on one particular night, I was hiding, and I had heard that the Pakistan army had taken control of Chittagong.
If you allow me
Please.
to ask you a question related to
Please.
what you just mentioned, what you had to go through and experience as a kid, it seems like it's straight out of a war movie scene, and that's so much for a young kid to actually go through. I mean, I can't even imagine, let alone living through it. So when you were in that culvert and when you had to actually run for your life, hiding from one place to another place, did you actually pray for any help, especially that your help providers or first responders are your parents and who were also not there and your father got killed? And I'm not sure of what about your mother, but you had no one to support you. So did you pray for any help at that time?
Frankly speaking, I was too scared even to pray. And that's an honest statement. No, I didn't pray. I just hoped that somebody would find me and take me back to my father, take me back to my mother. At that particular point in time, I didn't know that my father was killed. I just knew that
Okay.
he had been captured and taken away.
Okay.
It was later
Okay.
that I reconciled to the idea that he wasn't coming back.
Okay.
But
At
for
that
a-
point in time, you didn't know.
for a long time, it was like he's going to come back. Any time he would come back and save me.
Okay.
So if I had a sort of an expectation of salvation,
Yeah.
it was from my father, because
your
he was
father.
always there for me.
Exactly.
So it would be that my father would come back. Then my father, being a soldier or an ex-soldier, I had this feeling that the army would reach. The army would somehow
Yeah.
come.
Especially whenever there's anarchy, you think that it's going to be the
there
army
would be
that's
a
going
law
to
and order.
Exactly.
Somebody
They were going to
representing law
enact.
and order would come. Sometimes you would meet a crowd of people who were also escaping. Some were escaping to the right, some were escaping to the left, depending on whose side you were on.
But everyone would be scared of
But
each other.
everybody is scared of each other. Nobody wants to face each other.
Exactly.
Villages had been evacuated because villages had been ransacked, but either by the rebels or by the army. The army, in search of the rebels, would reach there, and then it was anybody's game.
Yeah.
Because you don't have, at that point in time, you don't have the luxury of determining who is who.
Exactly.
Right. Somebody's firing at you, somebody's
complete chaos.
putting an explosive somewhere. Add to that billions and billions of mosquitoes. Add to that rain, incessant rain. Add to that the slush and the mud on the ground. Add to that you have nothing to
It's a
eat.
lot to endure.
Add to that you have nothing to eat.
Yeah. You're fighting for survival.
You're fighting for survival. And so to go back to that, to the story there. And yes, I never prayed for anything except that I just hoped that my father would come.
Okay.
You open your eyes and you think your father would be there
Yeah.
to help you, to save you. Because my father always did that. He was always a
Yeah.
very handsome, tall man, very strong. And when he would extend his arms out, we kids knew, his sons and his 2 sons and his 3 daughters knew that we were with dad.
MashaAllah.
And dad, dad is there for us.
Yeah.
But that wasn't there. Nothing was there. And one day I was in one culvert, and a light. And now I mentioned that from you pick up conversation from other people who are running away, and you know the army is coming.
Yeah.
Because people are running towards the hill track. So the army is coming from Chittagong,
Okay.
and they are Bengalis, and they're running towards the hill track.
Okay.
Because they're scared the army will catch them. So you know that the army is coming. So consciously, subconsciously, I was moving towards, even if I was traveling in the jungle or in the countryside, I was moving towards where Chittagong should be.
Okay.
Okay? And so one night I was inside a culvert, and a light came. And I just thought that it might be an army truck.
Okay.
But I was scared, so I didn't know what to do. I came out, went back in, popped my head out like many years later in Suleimanki in West Pakistan. When I was in the army, we would go hunting, and we would see a wild boar, or we would see some animal pop its head out, get hit by the torchlight, and then wouldn't know what to do. To run or to just freeze there, and more often than not they would freeze out of fright, and I or one of the other officers or somebody would shoot. So it was that condition. You froze when you. So I went out, came back in from the culvert.
Didn't know exactly what
it is, and suddenly the vehicle stopped. Whichever that vehicle was, it stopped, and out jumped a man. And this man comes running towards me because he had caught me on his headlight, and he had just caught the face.
Okay.
So he comes running towards me. Tall man, wearing light color pant and shirt. And he comes out, very tall, very fair. And he just wades into the slush and grabs me, and pulls me out. And I was wearing a sort of a vest, okay? And the vest got torn when he pulled me.
Okay.
And I came out, of course. He pulled me. And he said, "What do we have here?" And he said it in a mixture of Bengali and Urdu.
Yeah.
What do I have here? And he pulled me out. And then I saw this tall man standing over there. This tall man was the general manager of a plastic factory.
Okay.
Or a manager of a plastic factory that was along that same road, Hill Track Road, that same road that went from the Hill Tracks to Chittagong. So I do not remember meeting him before, but I knew that I had gone to the plastic factory with my father.
Okay.
But at that moment, I don't know who he is.
This seems like a help from God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, straight away.
So he pulls me out. And then, of course, I realized that he's not a Bengali. He's 6 feet tall, very fair, or 5 feet 10 inches tall, very fair. And so his accent was Urdu and Punjabi more than anything else. And so I started speaking in English. And I was always very fluent in English. So I started speaking in English. And I told him who I was, and he pulled me and took me to his car.
Okay.
Put me in his car and said, "Let's get you to the army."
Okay.
And he took me to the army. And he was going there as it happened. He had gone back to his house in the plastic factory to collect his belongings.
Okay.
And he had survived that place, that killing. So he had
SubhanAllah, this is how the help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes, because he was going back to pick his stuff, and then on the way back...
already picked them, and he was now going back to the army
camp.
And
on the way back, he found you and rescued you.
And so he took me to the army.
Okay.
Of course, then there's a lot of other stories, but I'll stop this story here. But when he dropped me at the army camp, he handed me over to an army officer who he knew and said that I found this, and then he said that who my father was. He explained to the army officer that his father was there and in the Karnafuli paper mill, and his father and his family is missing, and he's been separated from his family, and nobody knows about his father, where his father is at the moment. But rumors have been going around that all the male members were rounded up and killed by the rebel troops escaping from Chittagong after the army onslaught. So he said, I found him and now he's one of yours for you to take care of.
Leaving you in safe hands.
Yeah. And as he was turning, he pulled me again towards him. And he said, and I had told him on the way that I studied at Cadet College Faughterard. And it is from him that I learned that the adjutant and commandant of Cadet College Faughterard had also been killed by rebel forces.
Okay.
So he had told me this on the way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And he said to me that, look, a lot of ugly things are going to happen. And a lot of ugly things are happening. There is nothing you and I can do about it.
Yeah.
We just have to survive. But one way you can survive, not only today, but forever and a day, is by never expecting anything from anybody. So I looked at him and he repeated it. He said, never expect anything from anybody and you will never be disappointed in life. Now, I was a very small kid to even understand.
Yeah. That's
I didn't understand this. It was a very profound thing that this gentleman was telling me. I don't know why he said it to me. Yeah. Probably somewhere along the journey that I spent with him in the car, I had maybe told him incoherently that I have uncles or I have friends or my father had friends. They will take care of me or they will help me find my father. They will help me find my mother. He wanted to condition me that, buddy, you are on your own.
Yeah. Don't keep any expectations.
You are on your own.
Yeah.
This is not normal. This is not the normal world. And you better get used to it at this age. Yeah. Because you have nobody else. Now you will depend on other people. Other people have other jobs to do. Yeah. They have their own issues and problems. Now at that moment I didn't understand.
Okay.
Many years later, in management, I found this advice to be an absolute wonderful advice.
Relevant and applicable.
Relevant and applicable every day in management. Something that I teach now to my students.
Okay.
And that is, never expect anything from anybody and you will never be disappointed in life. Reason, every single person on this planet who comes to an office, he carries a monkey on his back when he leaves his home.
Okay. And what do you mean by the monkey?
That's his monkey of worries.
Okay.
He comes to the office and he says to you, hello, how are you? And you unload on him. Or don't ask me, the boss got angry with me, I did this report and I did that and I did this and the wife is angry and the child is sick. You unload. Now he carries two monkeys. He carries his monkey and your monkey.
So two stress.
Why are you giving him all this information? There's nothing he can do for you. Talk only to the relevant people. Talk to the people who can help you.
Help resolve the issue.
Now you got a problem with your boss, talk to your boss.
Okay.
Don't talk to the T-boy.
And this is a very common issue. People just go around, start gossiping.
People start gossiping.
Exactly. Instead of actually talking to the person with whom through open communication
absolutely.
You can help resolve.
I'll just to change the subject, not to change the subject, but to give you a different example. I got married to the young lady that I fell in love with.
Okay.
An absolute beautiful woman. I still love her.
Mashallah.
She hasn't been with me for 15 years.
Okay.
Or 10 years. 10 years. This October, it's 10 years.
Okay.
It looks like a lifetime. But this October, it's 10 years. Beautiful woman. When we got married, we made a deal. And the deal was that we will never go to bed angry with each other. No matter what happens.
Oh, mashallah.
One of us will apologize, say sorry to the other. I swear upon God, we were married for 28 years. Every single day of my life, I said sorry to her before going to bed.
I think every couple needs to hear this.
And I said sorry to her. And then we went to bed happy. She got happy when I said sorry. Because do you think she doesn't have monkeys of her own? She's looking after the house. She's looking after the kids.
Many people don't say sorry because they think it's not their mistake. So what did you do? Did you just keep your ego down and say sorry regardless of whether it was
There is no ego in saying
in the
sorry to someone as long as it's not compromising your own dignity.
Exactly.
So if I say sorry to my children, it doesn't compromise my dignity.
Yeah.
If I say sorry to my wife, it doesn't compromise my dignity. In fact, I have a better evening spent with the family.
With the family. Better memories built.
Why should it make them happy? It doesn't take anything away from me. I'm still the king of the jungle. I'm still the father. Oh, it doesn't take anything away from me. So, to go back to the story, when he said this, I didn't understand it. But many years later, I realized the impact and the depth of those words.
Okay.
And it has carried me on till today. I believe in it. I believe that never expect anything from anybody. You'll never be disappointed in life.
Yeah. Very beautiful message. And in fact, I would like to ask you, never expect anything from anyone and you will never be disappointed. So you mentioned that it took you several years to realize the importance of this lesson that this person actually taught you. But fast forward from 1970, when you were a kid, to all the way to now in 2025. It's been more than almost like 54 plus years. How did you apply this message, this lesson in your own personal life, and how did it actually shape you as a human?
Excellent question, and thank you so much for asking.
Welcome.
You see, when I came out of East Pakistan and I came to West Pakistan, I expected my relatives. Remember, I was a 12-year-old kid.
Which is what any
I
normal
wasn't a
kid would
teenager yet. Okay, so I was 10, 11, 12, 5.
You don't remember the exact age.
Give it any age. But I wasn't a teenager yet. Okay. I remember celebrating my 13th birthday or having my 13th birthday at Military College, Jhelum. Okay, when I came to West Pakistan. Now I came to West Pakistan, I expected my father's friends to help. I expected my relatives to help. Right? I expected. Nobody helped me. Okay. People didn't even want to know me because now I was a liability.
Yeah.
If they know me, if they acknowledge that they know me, if they acknowledge that they know my dad, if they acknowledge that I am a relative, now they have to look after my education, they have to look after my clothing, they have to look after my food, they have to look after...
You become an obligation.
I become an obligation.
Yeah.
Better not to know this little kid.
Very unfortunate.
Okay. Yeah. Now, who helped me? Someone I didn't know. Someone who I met absolutely by chance. I never met him. I met him only on that day, never met him again. And he changed the course of my life. He said to me, he asked me a lot of questions, and then he picked up the phone and got me admission at Military College, Jhelum, the premier institution in my country.
Okay, mashallah. Okay. Is it the same individual or are you talking about another individual?
No, completely another.
Okay.
I came to West Pakistan. That individual was in East Pakistan, gone.
And you never asked for help from this person who came to assist you to get you the admission?
No.
Okay.
I met him by chance.
Okay.
He asked me who I was. I told him. And eventually, you're a little kid, you tell everything.
Yeah.
You tell about your father, you tell about this, you tell about the East Pakistan, you tell. And he said to me, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to join the army. And he said, you need to be educated for that. You are a little kid and you need a certain amount of education. And I said, I will study. He said, how will you pay? Do you have any money? He asked me questions that disturbed me. But he was asking me to help me.
Okay.
And I didn't know him. And then he picks up the phone and calls. He takes me to his office or invites me to his office, picks up the phone, calls somebody and tells him, I want this little kid to be admitted in one of your institutions. Who he was talking to, I know because I remember the name. But let's keep that for some other time.
Okay.
But he called someone, and on one phone call, he got me admission into Military College, Jhelum on a scholarship. So I didn't have to pay anything over there. The army took care of of my education.
Okay.
Because I didn't expect it, I'm forever grateful and I remember it. The people I expected it from, I was disappointed.
Okay.
So never expect anything. When the unexpected happens, you're not only very grateful, you take best advantage of it. You don't let it go. Expectations lead to complacency.
Yeah,
I expect. He's my uncle. He's going to do it for me. He's my father. He's going to get me a job.
Yeah.
So now I'm 23-year-old. My father paid for my education. And this happens every day. I see every day.
Yeah, which is very common, unfortunate scenario in the life that many young people, as they grow, their parents are supporting them, providing for them, providing education, providing them good family support, everything. But even after they grow up and they become independent, they're
They-
still so much
They're
dependent
still
and they keep
dependent.
expectations from their
Why?
parents.
Let the poor father enjoy his life. Let him
Yeah.
enjoy his retirement. Let him play with the grandkids. You go and earn. You go and make something out of your life. You're still depending on the ecosystem that you were brought up in.
Mm-hmm.
Your father, the ecosystem that your father created, or your family created, or your father's extended family created. Get up, stand on your own 2 feet. That was the message that gentleman who picked me out of the culvert was trying to tell me. You will have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet, young man. The sooner you do it, the better it is, and start now.
Yeah.
Don't expect anything from anybody. And it's a fact. I expected everybody to find my father for me.
Mm-hmm. And no one did.
No one did that because everybody was busy saving their lives. The country was up in flames. Who had time for me? Or my father, or my mother, or my sisters? Everybody was worried about his mother, his father, his sisters. So that is why when I landed in West Pakistan, initially I was expecting everything from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started remembering the words of that man. And the more I remembered it, the more I understood it. The more I repeated it, the more I practiced it.
Yeah.
And a time came when I was good to go. So I went to military college. Then I went to the army. I joined the Pakistan Military Academy. I was accepted. Very honored to be accepted at that premier institution.
Mashallah.
Got commissioned into one of the best battalions in the Pakistan Army.
Mashallah.
So this is no expectations from anybody, no uncle to support, no father to support, on your own 2 feet, on your own guts.
So no expectations from anyone actually taught you to become an independent person.
That is what the
and
gentleman
that
meant.
independence actually led to the success of where you
Success
actually
of that.
stand today.
Now, can I bring this story to a finale for you, to the end? For
Yes,
you,
please.
On this particular story, 1971, this happened.
Mm-hmm.
1991, 20 years later. 1992, 21 years later. I'm in Abu Dhabi. And I've been asked to come to Dubai because there is an interview, and I'm on the board of 16, 17 multinationals. They would call me to be part of the panel that would recruit their top leadership.
Okay, mashallah.
All right. I had just done my doctorate, completed my doctorate in human resource management, and I was the hot young thing at night. I may not look young now, but once upon a time, as I like to tell my kids, I was young and handsome.
Okay.
Though, of course, it's very difficult to accept that fact now.
Yeah.
But here I was invited to Dubai to be on a panel of multinationals recruiting a commercial general manager or some senior position, I think a general manager for a business and enterprise in Saudi Arabia.
Mashallah, from a young boy who barely survived to coming to this position.
So I go in for that meeting. They invite me. I go in for that meeting. I'm on Sheikh Zayed Road in a 1992, I think. There were very few buildings, 1992, on Sheikh Zayed Road. And one of the buildings, I'm there. And we are having an interview. There is a table like this, the one that we have. And a gentleman walks in.
Okay.
And when the gentleman walked in, I looked at him, and it was as if somebody had, a ghost had walked down my spine. Okay?
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps it were not goosebumps. They were tumors, you know? The size of a football.
Yeah.
Something walked, and I looked at him, and he walked in, and wearing a light color pant and shirt and a tie, walks in and pulls the chair and sits down. And I recognize him instantly. Okay? And I picked his CV and placed it in front of me.
Okay.
And there were three other gentlemen with me who were interviewing, or four other, three men and one lady who had flown in from the UK. So 3 men and 1 woman. And this gentleman walks in. And he's the first candidate to come in. And I recognized him instantly. He was the gentleman who had picked me out of that culvert.
Oh, subhanallah.
Okay.
Oh,
20
that's
years later.
karma.
20 years later. At that time, he was a young man.
Okay.
Okay. At that time, he was a young
And
man.
you managed to
He had
recognize
begun
him
his-
on the first.
He had begun his career, he was in a middle management or a management level over there. And now, over 20 years, he had seasoned into a senior
Okay.
general manager
Okay.
type, director type. I recognized him instantly. It was that gentleman who had pulled me out of the culvert. He still had his hair. Okay, I had begun to lose mine.
Yeah.
Even at 1991, I had begun to lose mine. He had
Okay.
he had his hair.
MashaAllah, you remember him so
Yeah,
vividly,
yeah.
even after so many
How
years.
can you forget?
Yeah,
How can you
absolutely,
forget?
absolutely.
I remembered his eyes. I remembered his face. I remembered, and he was the same person. He walked in, sat down, and then I looked at his CV, and I specifically looked for East Pakistan,
Okay.
a reference to East
Yeah,
Pakistan, and
just to verify.
Verify, and yes, he had been a manager, a commercial manager, or a general manager, or I don't know what manager in a factory, a plastic factory in Chittagong.
Okay.
And of course, we did the interview. And
SubhanAllah.
after the interview, he thanked us and he walked out. And I excused myself and I walked out after him. I went out after him. And then I said, "Excuse me, sir." And so he turned. And I said, "So can I have a few words with you?" And he said, "Sure." So we walked to one side. And I said to him that, I could never have, I never got the opportunity to thank you
Thank you. Yeah.
for saving my skin and my life
Yeah.
and teaching me a very big lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to shake your hands once again.
Yeah.
And if possible, if you allow, embrace you.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he said, "Who are you?" And I said, "You picked me out of a culvert in
Yeah.
Chittagong,
Yeah.
1971. And I said it was probably April, May of 1971. And he kept looking at me. And then I said, "Never expect anything from anyone.
Okay.
And you will never be disappointed in life." I said,
Yeah.
"That's the message you gave me and the
MashaAllah.
lesson you taught me."
Yeah.
And of course, we embraced, and he started weeping. He started crying.
Yeah.
And I was a little stronger now. I wasn't crying.
Yeah.
At that age, I
Yeah.
had cried.
Yeah.
And he had comforted me.
Correct.
So anyway, we embraced. And then we shook hands again, and he said, I'm going to go now. You have other interviews to conduct. But I would like to come back and meet you along with my son. And I want you to tell my son
Okay.
this is story.
Okay.
I want you to tell my son, because young people love to listen to other people
Yeah.
rather than their
Correct.
dads.
Exactly. Their own dads, which is
Okay.
very natural. I mean, that's something that I say even in my classes. I sometimes bring other students to share their experience and journey, because all the time I repeat the same message just like parents, but
Absolutely.
it doesn't make much difference,
Very good.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It's very natural
So-
that human beings tend to hear from others and buy more compared to their
A
own.
week later, we met again. We had a cup of tea together. We had a couple of sandwiches together.
Okay.
He brought his son.
Okay.
I met his son.
Okay.
Told his son the entire story.
MashaAllah.
And then again, I looked at him and both of us started crying again.
Yeah.
So, yes, this is life. And I believe you have a word for it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the message sounds such a beautiful message. And as you said, like, you benefit such a great deal in your life from it. And if I put myself into the shoes of a young person who is listening to this podcast right now, I have a question that I would like to ask. And in
Please.
fact, I want to ask this question because I want you to clarify for the young people out there. The situation that you were in, the crisis that you were in, you did not have any help providers. Your parents were not there because your whole family was separated and your father was unfortunately killed. But let's say if I'm a young person who has just graduated very recently, and my parents have been providing support to me all throughout my life. And let's say once I've graduated, I'm supposed to become independent, but I still don't have a job. I find it difficult to make my ends meet independently. So I keep expectation that my father will support me financially. Or if I'm starting a new venture or a business and I need funds and my father is well off, he's wealthy, he has funds, should I not keep expectation that he will support me financially? And in a similar context, we could also think about wife keeping expectations from a husband, the husband keeping expectations from a wife. And if you flip it over, even parents sometimes keep expectations from their kids. In what happens in our normal society, parents are the bread earners. They provide for their kids, and once their kids actually grow up and the parents are close to retirement, they keep expectations that once I retire, my kids, my children will actually take care of me. So is it bad to keep expectations when you think that the other person can actually deliver or satisfy those expectations?
Okay.
I know, sorry, it's a long question.
It's a very good question, and the question and the answer are deep rooted into culture, into our culture in this part of the world, where yes, what you said is 100% correct. It wouldn't be an expectation in the West. It wouldn't be an expectation in Europe, in America. It wouldn't be an expectation.
Yeah.
In fact, the expectation would be for the child to grow up and play his role in the society, stand on his own 2 feet.
That's how their system
his
is. That's
or
why
her.
even in teenage, they start working, doing
they start
internships.
working. Now, coming back to your specific answer to your question, if someone can help, if someone can support, they have the means, all good, well done. But for me to keep expectation that it will happen,
Yeah.
is a little unfounded, is a little unreasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if my father can help me, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
If my father can help me, he has money, and I go to him and and he wants to help me, perfectly all right. It's between father and son, it's within the family. But for me to expect that my father will do it, just because he brought me into this world,
Yeah.
is unreasonable.
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather stand on my own 2 feet, forget about my circumstances in life. Somehow, all my stories affected my son. And when my son was preparing to go, step into the big wide world, and had studied at Georgetown, had completed his studies, and he came back to Qatar.
Okay.
I offered to take him to the 50 CEOs that I know, and I can walk into their offices tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And he told me, Dad, please, let me handle this myself.
Okay.
He didn't take my help.
And you, as a father, were more proud of.
I am so proud of this. Not only my son, my daughter did the same. She came from Carnegie Mellon. She said, Dad, you've already spent a fortune on educating me. Why would I want you to now take me to your friends or to your, I took her to Masraf Al Rayan Bank just because I had a meeting.
Yeah.
And I didn't want her to sit in the car. And I said, come with me, just sit in the, in the reception area, have a cup of tea or something, have a glass of water, and I'll finish my meeting and we'll go back together. And during that period, she refused to go inside because she thought that I am tricking her. I'll take her there and then I'll hand her over to the general manager HR, who was my student and my friend, and the CEO was my friend. And she thought that I'm going to hand them over and request them to give her a job. She refused to go.
Okay.
And she said, Dad, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go.
Interesting.
So I would much rather, and I'm very proud of her.
Yeah.
Okay, because of this. And now she's on her own. She's the head of external communication
MashaAllah.
for Google
MashaAllah.
in London.
Okay.
And she did it on her own. And she's happy. So this is something that I had picked up from that gentleman. I made it a part of my psyche, made it a part of my behavior pattern. Somehow it got transferred to my children.
Okay.
Now they know. And I tell this to my children, that if you need me and I'm dead, I'll come out of my grave to help you.
Yeah.
The fact that they know this is enough strength for them. It's the same thing that happened with me and Sheikha Maryam when I started Qatar Center for Career Development.
Okay.
Sheikha Maryam said to me, Sheikha Maryam Al-Thani. She said to me, Dr. Shaukhat, how much money, she was my partner.
Yeah, okay.
She said, how much money do we need to start this business?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Sheikha, the fact that you are there with me is
Yeah.
a strength
Is a
enough.
strength.
Is a strength enough.
Mhm.
If I need, I'll ask you. At the moment, I have enough to start it. 18 years down the line, her presence in my life and in our business has been the source of strength.
MashaAllah.
The rest, we should do it. We should make her proud.
Yeah,
Rather than go to her with a sorry face.
yeah,
Sheikha, I need a visa. Sheikha, I need a glass of water.
Yeah.
Sheikha, I need a chair in the office. Then why does she need a monkey like me? She can find 500 others.
correct, yeah.
She needs me because I have the capability to stand on my own 2 feet. And that is what I teach my students. Stand on your own 2 feet, finish projects yourself. Yes, take the help of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But don't expect everybody to do your job for you.
I think I'll just conclude this with one thing. The world respects and appreciates self-made individuals. That's what you see. All the success stories of self-made individuals are actually respected, and that actually makes the news.
That actually makes the news.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And it is an article of faith with me that people who come to me for jobs, and I receive about 300 CVs a day,
Mm-hmm.
and people who come to me for a job, if they come to me and they are good, I would like to give them a chance.
Okay.
I would not like to give somebody a chance or an opportunity who expects that because he has come from such and such background, or he has come from such and such connection, or as we say,
Yeah.
wasta.
Yeah.
I would rather not deal with such people
Mhm.
because they become a source of perpetual burden on the organization.
Yeah. So, Dr. Shaukhat, just to conclude what you just mentioned from the response that you gave, what you're trying to say is that the young individual should not keep unreasonable expectations from anyone in their circle,
Precisely.
and that will make them independent, and eventually that will lead to success, and they will come out self-made
Absolutely.
individuals.
And the fathers need to link their support to results.
Hmm.
The
Okay.
fathers need to take responsibility instead of spoiling the child, spoiling the young man, and making him a liability till he's ready to die.
Groom them to be independent.
Group them to be independent and tell them, you have my support provided you do this, provided you show me this. It's just like a corporate leader would do.
Okay, that's absolutely amazing. Now, I asked you this question in a personal context.
Please.
Let me also ask you in the corporate context or in the business world. You see, in business, collaboration and trust are very essential for growth. If you never expect anything from anyone, let's say I'm a manager and I delegate tasks, or I'm a business owner and I delegate tasks, and I trust that my employees will actually fulfill their duties and responsibilities properly. Or let's say, as a business owner, we build partnerships, we build joint ventures, we delegate tasks. If we don't expect anything from anyone, how can we scale beyond what we can achieve alone or as a small team?
Thank you. Great question. I fully agree with you that as business people, as corporate leaders, we need the support, we need the collaboration, we need people to help us. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We build partnerships, and leadership is all about building partnerships
Yeah.
and collaborations.
You can't grow alone.
You can't grow alone. Having said that, when I say that never expect anything from anyone and you'll never be disappointed in life, what I mean is that every collaboration, every partnership, every business merger, every business project will have its own sets of rules, regulations,
Contracts.
contracts, which you are obligated to fulfill. So you cannot back out of that.
Yeah.
And I would expect you as a gentleman to meet that obligation. Yesterday, one of our clients had not replied to us we had been sending him emails, we had been
Reminders.
sending him reminders. But somehow, every time one of the girls in the office would reach him, he would say very curtly, I'm very busy, I can't talk now, and would, put down the phone. Yesterday I called him, and as luck would have it, he picked up the phone. And I told him, as a gentleman, I expect you to answer the emails that my office sends you.
Mm-hmm.
As a business, you may not want to deal with me.
Yeah.
And you would be within your rights. And I would respect you more.
Yes.
But when someone sends you an email,
Mm-hmm. Be courteous enough to respond and
Please
reply and acknowledge.
reply to the email, even if your answer is no, I
Yeah.
don't want to deal with you.
Yeah.
That I would expect from a gentleman.
That is basic courtesy as well.
That is basic courtesy. Now, what happened was that the gentleman in question immediately apologized and said, Dr. Shaukhat, you're right. And I'm so sorry that, somehow I always got caught when I was in the midst of something. But you are right. There is no excuse for not responding. And I said, you, sir, are a gentleman.
Yeah. He was kind enough to
And
admit.
when I said that you, sir, are a gentleman, his next, we put off our phones after that. Immediately, almost within the next few seconds, I got a message from him on WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Shaukhat, would you be kind enough to join me
Okay.
for a cup of coffee
Wow. Okay.
whenever you have the time?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
This is what I mean. There are certain expectations which you have to keep in business. And it's fine. But there are certain things that we should not expect. I should not expect, because I know you and you are in the procurement, I should not expect the contract. I should not expect you to go easy on me. Now, if you decide to go easy on me, I should get on my hand and knees and thank Allah.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes. Yes.
But I should not enter into the relationship expecting that because I know you, because we are maybe from the same country, maybe we have similar backgrounds, maybe we have our kids go to the same school. I'm just giving you an example. I should not expect that, the deal is in my pocket. Then I'll be disappointed, because you may be a perfectly ethical person who will go by the merit of the case. And then I go around telling everybody, I expected him to do this for me and he didn't do it. He thinks him. I go around bad-mouthing you all over the world. Why the hell should I put myself and you in a compromising position, in a bad position? Why shouldn't I be mature enough to understand that I have to make my case so good that you cannot turn me down?
Yeah.
That should be my expectation. I'll give you another example to illustrate this point. I go, that I have, thank God, we have my company and we have over 150 corporate clients. It's spread over 11 countries. So we are busy. We are busy. Every one of us is busy. When we talk to our clients, when we meet our clients, when we have discussions with them, every one of us, all my team, have been instructed that when we go for a meeting, we must be very, very, very well prepared. Our game plan should not be faulty.
Yeah.
From our side, we should be so perfect that the other party has a difficult time turning us down. Now, as it always happens in business, they will ask you for a discount. They will ask you for reduction in rates, in price. I am sorry. I have a price tag around me.
Yeah.
And I don't throw away my price tag. But having said that, I will be reasonable. If you want value, I will be happy to give you more value. If you want higher quality, I will be happy to give you higher quality. And this is what I tell my clients. I tell them, sir, I would be very happy if you tell me, Dr. Shaukhat, I expect this quality from you.
Yeah.
And if I don't get that quality, you're fired. I would be so happy to hear that from you.
Yeah.
Don't turn me because of money.
Price only.
Money should not be a reason why we do not work together. You don't like my face? Let's not work together.
Yeah.
I look like a terrorist?
You don't like
Let's
my
not
work?
work together. You don't like my mustache? Let's not work together. But money will not be a reason. So I will make sure that I bring myself to your budgetary constraints. I will be reasonable.
Yeah.
So long as you demand, your demand is quality.
Quality.
Your first demand is quality.
Not price.
Not price. Don't tell me that, we will go and we will look at the best price possible. No. Say we will look at the best quality possible, then I will go out of my way to give you a lower price, a better price,
Competitive or
competitive price. That is what I mean when I say, and that is how we take it to the corporate world.
Yeah.
And recently I was doing a training session for a group of young people. And we had a great time. Lovely people, young people, energetic, want to learn, have beautiful ideas.
Okay.
So all of us had a great time. But one thing that I always stressed upon, and I stressed upon to them also, anybody who talks to you first on expectation of price, don't deal with the person. You will run into trouble somewhere down the relationship. You'll run into problems.
I think that will lead to excluding a lot of people, because unfortunately a lot of people just talk about price.
Lead with quality. Lead with value. Expect. It's your right to expect the best quality in the world from Shaukhat Chandana. And if Shaukhat Chandana does not give you the best quality in the world, fire him. Be like Donald Trump on The Apprentice. You are fired. Say that to him. But don't break the relationship on the expectation of money. Oh, because I know him, because we did business with him, because we gave him 3 courses, on the 4th course we are expecting a lower price. No, that's not on. You are demeaning yourself, you're demeaning me. Let's both be gentlemen. Let's follow the credo of Ritz-Carlton. We are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful philosophy.
Yes.
What a beautiful philosophy. We are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. And gentleman does not lie. Gentleman does not cheat. Gentleman does not steal. And gentleman does not give priority to money first. Gentleman gives priority to the quality of work, to the quality of life.
So to conclude, it's absolutely okay to expect that the contractual obligations between the two parties, that one party expects that the contractual obligations will be honored.
Yes.
That's a fine expectation.
That's expected.
But to expect beyond that, keep unreasonable expectation.
Yes.
Is something that you are trying to say should not be kept, even in the corporate world.
Just because I did a good deal, just because I did a good training program with you, I should not now start expecting that I'm the only player in the jungle. I'm the only.
And then I should get more business from you just because I did.
No. You will look at your priorities.
Correct.
Maybe your priorities next time are not Shaukhat Chandana
Yeah.
or Qatar Center for Career Development. Maybe it is somebody else, something else.
Yeah.
So my expectation should not be unreasonable. My expectation should be balanced.
Okay.
Yeah? And I should not expect anything over that. Now, if I expect over that and it doesn't happen, then we start having remorse and we start having recriminations and we start saying, I expected he was my friend and he did this to me.
Yeah.
No, my friend, you entered into the negotiation, into the discussion with open eyes.
Yeah.
Now, I expect the other person to play his part properly. Why should he be nice to you?
Yes.
Why should he go out of the way to you?
Correct. Yeah.
To do that? And believe me, I am not exaggerating. A lot of people call me and they tell me, I have a cousin who needs a job. No, wrong way to start a discussion with me.
Yeah.
Say, I've got someone real quality. I'm going to send you the CV. If you think he's of real quality that you want, give him an opportunity. That is something I want to hear.
Talk about the value that you bring to the table.
That should be your expectation. Your expectation should be of quality, should be of ethics, should be of value.
Correct.
Now people tell me, Dr. Shaukhat, you are living in utopia.
Yeah.
This doesn't work in life. Well, it has worked for me. I have failed in business more times than I can count, but I have clawed myself back because I have not compromised on any of the things that I believe in. I have not let my value system sink to the bottom of the sea. So I have bounced back. I have come back. And this is what I tell people, that if you stay true to your compass, your moral compass, you're going to come back. But if you compromise along the way, then people will now take you for granted. And when you finally raise your head, they will say, now he thinks himself a big boy. Now they will start punching holes into your facade. So be who you are. Learn to stand on your own 2 feet. Yes, it's going to be tough. Yes, it's going to be difficult.
But that's how you learn to become a self-made individual and eventually
Today
find
I didn't
success.
have my car when I was coming here. My car has gone for servicing.
Okay.
I was going to take an Uber in the morning. My son came to me, said, "Dad, why don't you take my car? I'll go in an Uber." I told him, no. No.
Yeah.
You take your car, you go, you have your life. I'm going to take an Uber. He kept on insisting. I said, "Listen, I wouldn't be seen dead in your car. Suppose Jennifer Lopez saw me in your car. Oh, man, I've lost every chance of, So, sorry, I'm not going to go in your car." And we both laughed.
Okay.
And he went his way and I took an Uber and came.
Yeah.
Why? What's the problem? I must learn to fend off for myself.
Correct, yeah. That's a very
Makes
beautiful
sense?
lesson. Yes, absolutely. And I think I'm enjoying the conversation so much that we can go on and on, but we have to bring this towards the conclusion. To be very honest, I mean, seeing the fact that how you survived as a child with like nothing to becoming one of the most successful corporate coach is extremely inspiring. And
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I would like to thank you for sharing such a deeply personal and powerful story and lesson with us today. Seeing how you turned the adversity into strength is something that's very inspiring. And that's a lesson, of course, that I take myself today from you. And I'm sure our viewers too would actually have benefited a lot and would be able to implement this. With that said, I would like to thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you for coming again. And we look forward to seeing you in the next episode as well.
Thank you for having me. It's always an honor to be with the leaders team.
Yeah.
And thank you, sir.
Thank
Really
you.
grateful.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. This was the second episode of Forged in Fire series, highlighting the remarkable story and lessons from the life of Dr. Shaukhat. In today's episode, we saw that even in its darkest moments of life, when everything seems lost, life has a beautiful way of bringing us back, teaching us strength, helping us fight adversity, and shaping us to become unshakable. I'm Sheikh Farooq. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.